Hello and good morning, Flosstube friends. It is Monday. Today is the 20th of July. If you are returning, you might have noticed that I have not filmed last week. I'll get to that in a minute. But first of all, hi and hello. Welcome back to my Flosstube channel. I am Sen, and this is my little place on YouTube for everything cross-stitch. We have a cat with us today. Say hi to Seto. He always wants to be the center of attention. So thank you very much for spending some time with me today. And I hope you do enjoy what you see. That is what you get when you have a cat with you. There will be a couple of changes, possibly like smaller ones, but I will get into that later in my plants section. For now, like I said, I did not film a video last Monday. That was mainly due to the fact that I did the big second part of the whip parade on Sunday, directly before that. So and I also only had worked on, I think, 2 projects or 3 projects over the course of the week, so I thought I might as well just continue working a little bit along and give you another video this week. So either way, if you did watch my whip parade, we did see each other last week, but now we're back with the regular scheduled updates. So I worked on a total of 5 projects over the past week. Most of them, well, there's 1 model stitch that I've been working on. The other 4 are in my current newly started Miles and Manor game, so this will be almost entirely game stitching, and that will probably continue for a little bit longer. We will see, because I am always very fickle with what I tend to do. I make plans and then I change them 5 minutes later. But for now, let's get into the stitching, and I'm gonna show you what I worked on for the past 2 weeks. Shall we? Alright, here we are. Let's start with the model stitching, so we can just go straight into game stitching afterwards. If you have been around, you have seen this one before, and it is coming along quite steadily. I really do love working on her. So this is a new pattern that I'm currently working on, and at this point you probably can already see quite a lot. It's not gonna become much larger than this. Like, you can see there's a little bit of the green frame hidden in here in the hoop, but it will go around here into her dress, and the same on the other side. So this is what she looks at the moment. This is not going to be a Patreon chart. I'm just taking my time with this, and once it is finished I will make it available, because I have already changed a couple of minor things on it while working on it from the original design. Like, the original design did not have backstitch in it, but I did add a tiny bit of backstitch in her face, just a little bit, and there will be a tiny bit of backstitch in what you may be already be seeing coming in here in her sword, because the light effect of the sword made the actual sword, like at least in my mock-up, the actual sword look a lot larger than it is. So I will outline it, like you see the very light greenish yellow here. That is not part of the sword, that is the glow effect that it will have, so it makes the sword look a lot larger than it is. So there will be a bit of backstitch in the sword as well, but the top part is done. There is like the sunrise, there's her little light crown here, and this is what the greenery that will surround it will look like, and there will be a little bit of visible space of the fabric here in between her and the frame. But yeah, that's what this one is at. It did get quite a bit of love. I'm not going to give you like an exact number because I have not done the math, but it is currently about a little over halfway done. So it's probably gonna, well, unless I stop working on it for some reason, gonna get done next month, very likely. So I can start on my next idea. So everything else from here on out is gonna be my Miles and Manor game stitching. So if you want to know more about Miles and Manor, it's a game made by Jessie Marie Does Stuff. She's also here on YouTube, and you can find everything about the game on her channel. So let's see. what did I do? Let's get the game plan out. And I've done a lot. So last time we spoke, I do believe I was working on, and you can already see there has been a lot filled out. I finished my first level, got a lot of milestones here, and I am already partially in on my second level, and there has been a lot added here. This is just like I need to find the date where I was last. So I believe last we left off, I was working on the first floor hallway project. So that would have been here. And this got 2 milestones, though I do not think that it got one on the first round that I was still on when we last talked. Yes, so I'm gonna put this a little bit up here just so I have a bit of an overview. And that one, and of course I have not opened the zipper, have I? I have, okay. That project is Storm, and I think this got the most stitches over the past 2 weeks. This is what it will look like finished. And it got a total of, oh my, now I do have to do the math. Let's see, I think my summary should show it, because everything I've done on it so far this month has been, over the past 2 weeks, 2,761 stitches. Since you saw it last. So, and this is where we're at. And I think on the before and after, you can see a pretty huge difference. So I've been working in the top here. I've worked in a little bit more of the first page. Well, I should turn my light on. That could help. So let's hold it up again. And the first flower is coming in up there in the corner. It is almost done. And then I also continued working along like the row. This got 2 rounds, like the round. This is the first, like, it's fine, it doesn't matter. I cannot talk. This got 2 rounds in total since we last saw each other. So, and both of them I rolled fairly high. So the first one I rolled 1,080 stitches, and the second one I rolled 1,680 stitches. So that is the total amount it got in the past 2 weeks. And this is where it is at. And I love working on this. This is one of my full coverages that I still very much enjoy working on. I have the feeling that I'm moving a little bit away from full coverages at the moment, like as in what I want to work on. But this one is an exception. Put this away and get a sip of my coffee. So I got 1 milestone on it, reaching 5,000 stitches. That is what finished my first level. And then I got another milestone reaching 10,000 stitches. I mean, I did reach a total of 10,000 stitches, which means that I obviously also completed a set of 5,000. So that is why this one got 2 milestones. So the one that got the most milestones is the one that came up after. Like when I finished the hallway, I moved into this room here where there was my rogue, and that got all 4 milestones needed to finish. So this room is now empty. This project has been defeated. I got 50% on it, and I got 3 row finishes. And I have to say, for this one, this is a smaller project. It's obviously not a full coverage, so those were fairly easy to get and fairly fast. I rolled for a total of 540 stitches on it. And this is where it ended up. I finished like this dragon's head up here. I finished this entire side here. Well, it's not entirely finished. I think there's one like little leaf part here missing. or is there? No, there's not. Like this entire side here is finished. And now I only have to do like this page. But for now, this is out of the game. So I might pick it up in a like focus not finish round or something. I think it's only missing around about 700 something stitches until it's done. Not counting in the text at the bottom. And then I can figure out how I'm gonna frame this because this does not have any margins, as you can see. But yeah, this got a good chunk of progress for coming up in the game. And if you haven't seen my setup video, I did roll the projects. So I did not choose, well, other than my hallway projects, I did not choose which projects are in the game. They came up randomly on a wheel. So after that, I went back into the hallway, did the second round of Storm, and that is when I got my level up. And when you get a level up, you go back to the ground floor to the entrance hall. And in the entrance hall is Passion. So I did work on Passion. Passion got only 240 stitches, which is not much. That obviously did not give me a milestone. Then I worked on Round Dragon. I will come to that in a moment. And then I went back to Passion. And this time I rolled 1050 stitches, which I also completed. I forgot to, over 2 days, I forgot to put a check mark in. Those did not give me a milestone because I did not do a page finish or anything because I was so very tired of the background for the moment. Let me show you before I keep waffling without showing you anything. This is what it will look like. This is my own artwork. I charted this way back when, 2022 I think, before I even got my pattern software, like on the free pattern website. And this is called Fatty Hell, but I love it. It's one of my oldest and one of my favorites. So it does not really fit on my desk, it's too large. So I have to figure out how to do this. So last time you saw it, I did work all the way up here. Let me get the camera a little bit further out. I worked in the background for the past few times that I did show it to you. But for the moment I am tired. Like these 3 pages here, as you can see, this is the page row break here. This page is almost done, this page is almost done. I think this page is done. This page is almost done. This page is almost done. And then there's another page here in the end that only has like 3 rows or 2 rows, like a partial page. So I could easily like get milestones by just finishing these 2 1/3 pages up here, but I needed a break from the background. So I moved back over here and worked in this page here. So what I did was like I filled out all of the missing stitches, especially in the tip of his ear here and the hair surrounding it. So I stitched on hair for about 1,700 stitches in total. Because when I only rolled 240 stitches on it, I did those, but I did not stop afterward. I gave it a total of 700 stitches instead. So maybe I cheated a bit, but since I didn't get like a milestone anyway, even for doing more stitches, I didn't care. I just said it's fine. So that is where this one's at. I will try to put like the part that I worked on as a before, because the thing is large. Like I said, no milestone. Maybe I will finish this page next, but I always like jump around a little bit. So working on this one, I'm usually not focusing on getting any milestones because this one's old and this is not getting enough attention, and I do not want to like keep myself from doing what I want to do with it, so that I work on it and move it along. But after the first round that it got, this is also why I chose to put it in the entrance hall of my game, so that I have to go past it every time. Then I moved into the kitchen where the round dragon is. I only rolled 200 stitches on round dragon. So despite that, it did get a milestone, because this is also not a very large piece that we have seen quite frequently, because it always kind of came up, which I guess is a sign that I need to work on it. This is what it will look like finished. And but that it got a row finish was not really hard, because last time that I left off, I only had 6 stitches left over right here in this row. So no matter how low I would have rolled, I would have gotten this row finish. And then I moved down here, and I'm doing the next row over here every time this one comes up. So I hate this Ada. But it's okay. I can work with it. But that is where this one's at. 200 more stitches since you last saw it. At least with a smaller project like this, you actually do see some progress when there's only 200 stitches. But that is all I worked on. Like I said, it's not much. So we are currently, and then I moved back, did the 1,050 stitches on Passion in the tab room, the entrance, moved back up, and now I am in the hallway on the first floor again. Since I did get a level up and finished one room, like for the fact that I finished this one room, I decided I can open another room, which I did. So I did spin the wheel for this room, I believe. Yeah, room the number 3. So the project in there is my Mystical Swamp, which is also a favorite that I have not worked on a lot yet. And for my level up, I opened room number 6, in which we have Beach House. That is a smaller full coverage. And I have not worked on it at all this year. So what I will do, I will roll my stitches for the hallway, which we'll do together in a moment, and then I will move into this room and work on Beach House. So you will probably be seeing something that we haven't seen in a while in my next update. And after that I will obviously go back into the hallway, and then I will make my way up to the second floor, where we have not been at all yet, so far. I'm already a level 2 and I have not made my way up. So let us roll the number of stitches for this next round. I have my dice right here. If you're wearing headphones, rolling dice might be a little bit clattering aloud. Ooh, that's a high one. So we have 100 on our D100. The 2 zeros, that's 100. We have an 18 and a 5. So time to do the math. Where is my my calculator? Because I cannot do math. I refuse. So we have an 18 and a 5. I do believe that's 23, but let's make sure. It is times 100 is obviously 2,300. That is a good chunk of stitches that Storm will get this week. So hopefully this week. So let's note that down. Maybe you will not see Beach House already. We will see. So 2,300 stitches. That might get me a new milestone. We will see. But that is my game stitching for this week. Let's flip back around, have a quick little chat before I hop off and get back to work. Alright, here we are again. So as you can see, I did not work on that many projects, but a lot of those that I did work on got a good chunk of love. So it has not been like a bad stitchy week or 2 bad stitchy weeks at all. Quite the contrary, actually. But that being said, I am still like more in the mood to be a little bit more, I would not call it monogamous, but a little bit more focused on certain projects that I want to progress on. And as I briefly touched on in the beginning, I might be transitioning into a little bit of a phase where I do prefer to work more on smaller projects than full coverages. That does not mean that I do not love my full coverages, but I want to get a little bit more of a mix with more smaller projects with like a smaller amount of full coverages put in the mix, because I do believe, as my whip parade showed me, that currently it's actually the opposite. I have more full coverages than smaller projects, at least in regards to what I worked on already. In general, I obviously have more smaller projects. I think, I'm fairly sure. I want to continue playing this round of Melston Manor for the moment. So, and continue working on my model stitch. I have another model that I eventually might want to start soon, but that is still a little bit out in the open. Like, I am still doing the finishing touches on the next Patreon pattern. So due to the fact that it's very late, because the month has been kind of insane, this one will definitely only have a mock-up. I will eventually stitch it, but I will probably not be able to start it now. I still need fabric that I want to use for it. I might choose one that I already have, but there's still like a lot of things that are unfinished and that I'm not fully happy with that pattern. So I might even just let it sit for a bit, despite summer slowly ending. Thankful. I don't like summer. That might be part of it. So maybe I'll have better luck designing an actual summer pattern to complete the set of 4 when summer is over and I'm no longer hating on it. But so we might get that, no promises, or we might get a mandala for the month of August, like a summer mandala that's currently in the making. And I don't think we have had a mandala in a while. So that might be one of those. So we will see. I will keep you posted. You'll see it latest on the 1st of August, obviously, because there will be a pattern. That much is certain. So that aside, what else? Right, what I was getting at, tangent. Due to the fact that I feel a little bit more monogamous / focused on a handful of projects at the moment, I might not film next week. That depends. If I only work on 2 or 3 projects over this week, I might do another like bi-weekly schedule for my updates. If I do, I still want to do at least 1 video per week, but I might put in a Stitch With Me again, like as a substitute for a weekly update if I do a bi-weekly one. So there will still be a video from me every week. I know there hasn't been last week, but that was because of the whip parade that was on Sunday. I could have just put it on Monday, and you know, tangent, details. It's not really that deep as they say. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for plans. July is almost over. August will be crazy busy. We have our biggest convention, like the big outdoor convention, coming up on the 1st of August. That is in 2 weeks. And there's another family birthday coming up in August. Like my brother's birthday is mid-August, and at the end of August we have our yearly family barbecue. So there's a lot of things coming up over the rest of summer, and there might be also some other exciting news soon, but I'm still gonna keep those to myself until we know more. But still, if you're so inclined, keep me in your thoughts, keep your fingers crossed, because I sure can use some positive news on the second half of the year. So the first half has been really a bummer. Let's put it that way. But until then, I will leave you to your stitching, and I hope you will have a great week. And I hope you had a great week this past 2 weeks, wherever you are. If you're in in our hemisphere, I hope you're not too hot like we currently have. It's cooled down a bit here, like this week at least, and next week are supposed to be much more like the summer we used to. Maybe a little bit rainy, but at least no temperatures over 30 degrees, so that's good. Heat waves over. There might be another in August. Fingers crossed there won't, but we will see. And to everybody else, enjoy your winter. I think that's where you're getting into now. And yeah, let me know what you think about doing like a little bit more infrequent if I only have 2 or 3 projects to show, or if you still want to see them every week, even if it's the same projects. So, but yeah, that's enough waffling from me. Have a good time, everybody. Thank you for spending your time with me. If you're still here, you're the best. Thank you very much. Leave the video a little like if you are still hanging around and you are not subscribed yet. Please hit the subscribe, feed the algorithm a little bit. And until next time, my friends, happy stitching. Bye bye.